In 2009, former kindergarten teacher Anne Cole suffered a stroke. At the time, she completely lost the ability to speak.
Well, it was awful. There was nothing there. I can speak, but nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Anne is saying that the words that came out weren't really words.
No, it's awful.
And then she could say yes and no. They were the first words, but it didn't mean that yes was yes and no was no.
Anne and her husband Barry soon learnt that this loss of speech has a name.
Aphasia is a disorder of language. It's caused by damage to the language networks in the brain. So by language, it can mean any aspect of understanding, talking, reading, writing, and also other things like using numbers.
Epworth Healthcare speech pathologist Lauren Fletcher specialises in treating patients who have received an aphasia diagnosis.
So aphasia is actually quite common. The current estimate is that about 140,000 people are living with aphasia in Australia at the moment, but up until pretty recently, not many people had heard about it. So recently we had the news and the media attention around Bruce Willis saying that he has aphasia, and that's something that's really brought it to light and brought it to the consciousness of the general public.
Victorian Catherine Rampant acquired aphasia after having a stroke at just 30 years old.
It was really traumatic, and it was luckily I had mum and dad that came in, not to comfort me, but to support me and to communicate, because they can understand a lot without words. Bronte nodded, but then she peered at Finlay.
Catherine's eyes were incredible. Her face, we could pick up so much. You really didn't expect that you would be able to, but we could get a lot. But you missed out on emotional talking and things like that. It was more sort of needs. She could get across what she needed and if something was wrong, but you couldn't sort of talk in depth.
There is no cure for aphasia, so there's no magic bullet or tablet or anything that's going to fix it immediately. But the aim of speech pathology intervention is to sort of restore or recover lost function, so working on ways to re-establish sort of new neural pathways.
Speech therapy's helped a lot. At first, when I couldn't talk at all, they helped me out a lot. They helped me to sound my words and to do many worksheets.
You want salad or vegetables?
Salad. It's a lot easier for me now. But if any situations happen or anything, even if I'm tired or I was stressed, I have a lot of trouble. You have to really work hard to pronounce words and
Find words sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll come with the first letter of a word, won't you?
Yeah.
I like speak, but slowly, and then when I go to speak, give it your time.
The best thing to do if you're unsure about how to communicate with someone with aphasia is really to ask them or ask someone who's close to them, what works best for them.
I've got camera.
She finds it really difficult when more than one person speaks at the same time.
Yes.
Or there's music in the background. That's been difficult for her. And the other one that I would add is that people finishing sentences for her or assuming this is what she's going to say. And I've been guilty of it, and she doesn't take prisoners lightly, I can tell you.
Now I've got grandfather clock.
Oh, right. A person who has aphasia, their cognitive ability is not affected at all. So their level of intelligence is just the same, the speed of the brain working one way or another is slower. But, you know, in our family, the ideas person is Anne. So if we have something coming up, Anne will put forward the ideas and then I'll implement them. That's how it works.
Oh dear.
We have to work together a lot.
Yes.
And it's really important for someone with aphasia to have that support behind them. And that's the way I view it. You know, the two of us working together has been really important in her continued recovery. Right?
Yep. Yep.